Hello, this is Ebonygeek. You're always welcome to join me in expanding your knowledge base. Comments are always welcome, and please subscribe. Okay, so what is all this? Well, this is actually testing equipment. And as you get into prototyping and more robotics than we've actually been getting into, you're going to start wanting to expand your testing options. What you see me testing with so far is these, or this multimeter, using the out of the box probes that come with multimeters. Well, when you're dealing with a breadboard, okay, you can't get those contacts in there. When you're dealing with circuit boards and stuff, it's even worse. Well, not really when you're doing certain things, but when you're actually working with certain things, these probes don't do you any good. And so I find myself oftentimes, this is actually one that hasn't been modified, but oftentimes I find myself clipping the alligator clip onto the contact, and then clipping the contact or this alligator clip to something like, say, this. Okay, I would clip it like this and then use it in the breadboard. Okay, that's fine. You know, that is really okay, because that's what's going to wind up happening anyway when I get done with these modifications. Only when I clip this one to here, I'm going to be able to use these little grabbers. And what you do is you pull them, and that little bitty bit of wire clips on to a lead better than, say, alligator clips, and they're not as bulky. So say I wanted to grab the positive lead on this LED, I would just pull it down, because it actually has a spring in there. So you just pull it down, you clip it on. Okay, now notice that's on there. It's not even trying to touch the negative, you see? So at the same time, I could come around and clip this onto the negative. I don't have to worry about these touching, you see? And then I could just, you know, do what I was doing with the alligator clips, because then there's no worry on this side. You see what I'm saying? That's what's so good about these grabby things. They're I call them test hooks. Most of all, I got your basic red and black. They're the bigger ones. The reason why I like those is I'm gonna buy an extra set of these contacts to go to multimeter, and I'm actually gonna cut these parts off and solder on some test clips, and they'll probably be these big ones. Okay, so that's what I'm planning on doing. I'm not gonna modify the ones that I already have. Just to give you an idea, because you're stepping in, I had already started this. I already took a set of alligator clips with the wires on them. As you can see, they're perfectly good. They're actually brand new. Now I'm going to fold them over into their equal parts, right? I'm going to take my wire cutters and strippers. Now I'm going to grab them right here at the end so they're equal parts, and then I'm going to clip that. Okay? So now we have 2 leads. And what we're going to do, we're going to attach, this is going to be attached to 2 black clippers. Okay? So we have enough for 2 black clippers, 2 green clippers, 2 red clippers, 2 yellow clippers, although these look more goldish, or yeah. And I'm gonna make blue to white clippers. Okay. Alright, so we have quite a few that we're gonna have because there's 2 of each. Okay. I'm not really gonna mess with the bigger ones because I want to use the little ones just to get used to them. I've seen these used a lot of times. I really like what I saw. I've never really had my own collection, so I'm very happy to have what's going to be my own collection. So I'm going to just take the bigger ones, and the one is not open, and I'm going to set it to the side. There's room for expansion. I have what I need as far as that. So let's dump this off, because I think I have just enough for what we have. So the greens are going to be green, the yellows are going to be yellow, the whites is going to be blue, the reds are going to be red, and the blacks, of course, are going to be blacks. So we have just enough test clips for the wires that we just cut. That's good. So we're going to make a whole bunch of them real quick, because we're going to use these to work with the robot we just made. Always best to have equipment that's going to work for you. Okay, so we have our wiring. Now what we want to do is we want to, when you're stripping your wires, you always want to size these things. This is probably about just big enough for the 16. Actually, it's not big enough to cut it though, or to pull the insulation off. So I'm going to go down to, I believe that's 18. Okay, pull it off. Pull it off nice and easy. I don't see any wire in there. Okay, so 18 is good. Gonna pull off a little bit more. We don't want to pull off too much. We want to pull off enough so that we can really get it worked in there. Actually, I'm gonna pull off more. Okay. So the length that I pulled off is about the length of my thumbnail. Okay, that way we can measure it. So we have our length and we have our copper. Now, with these test hook clips, okay, all you're doing, you see that hole right there, right? All you're doing is you're going to, let's zoom in a little bit. So all you're doing is you're going to pull it down and off. See how easy that was? You get right to the contact. You can even kind of operate it. Well, I wouldn't do it right now because you might break it. I'm Ebonygeek, and I hope that the information provided has been helpful to you. Please remember to subscribe. Happy building and happy coding.